All right. Figured the first thing we're gonna do here is get my physical therapy out of the way. Scars are healing up pretty nice. What's up, Mikey? Mm. How have you been? Been all right. Been kind of lazy the last few days. I haven't trained. Haven't gotten online. I haven't been responding to comments. So, trying to get back in the saddle of things. Um, I'm gonna be. I'm trying to make some changes to the um, to my YouTube channel, where I want to offer memberships, but like something stupid like for a couple bucks a month you get like a rank. I got little pictures like after like 1 month it's like a lance corporal and sergeant and staff sergeant gunny and all that crap. And then the top of that is kind of expensive, but it's going to be the ability to join a powerlifting team that's registered with the IPL, and that's going to include like training sessions, like video training and that kind of thing. And I'm just trying to. My wife's going to manage it all. I gotta before I put it online. I have to make sure it's going to be something I'm going to be able to actually keep up with and do. Because the last thing I want to do is like charge somebody for something and then find out I can't keep up with it or it's not tenable. Yeah, no, I wouldn't say. Yeah, I guess I am an introvert for the most part. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine, like being alone in my man cave. I don't know. It's like weird. I have a lot of friends. I'll go hang out. We'll go hang out. We'll go out on the weekends. I go out on dates and stuff. We'll go to the gym. We'll hang out at the bar. We do karaoke. But I'm the kind of guy that if I'm in a social setting, it exhausts me. After a couple hours, I just want to get the fuck out of there. But that doesn't mean I don't like hanging out with my friends. It's weird. It's like when I'm all alone, I'm like, where's everybody? I miss everyone. And then when they're all here, I'm like, you guys just, you've been here a couple hours. Maybe time to go home. Aren't you tired? And then I have friends that just show up unannounced, and they're happy to just hang out all night long. I got one buddy. I won't mention his name, but it'll be like 10 o'clock at night, and I'll be like, man, it sure is getting late. I gotta work tomorrow. And he's like, yep, it is. I'm like, leave? Like he doesn't pick up on. I'm like, wow, it's getting late, isn't it? Don't your kids have school tomorrow? Yeah. All right, so here's our next phase of physical therapy. This is the same exercise that the who's the guy from Kill Bill? What's his name? David Carradine was doing these. Ooh. Mm. You got 600 on a deadlift. Holy shit. That's legitimate, man. Man, I remember I got into powerlifting. If you were doing sixth place, 585, you were the strongest guy at the gym. And now it's like 585 is barely entry level for competitive powerlifting, which is, I guess, a good thing. That means the sport's evolved. mom's yelling at the daughter again. Yeah, my daughter, what she does is she'll she'll like cook something for dinner, and she's 9 years old, and she's a cook. She is a cook. So last night she made ham sandwiches. She fried the ham up, and we're talking like pickles, Dijon mustard, artisan sourdough bread, romaine lettuce with whatever. And then all the trimmings, and it's delicious. She'll bring you a sandwich. Here, mom. Here, dad. I made you a sandwich. Awesome. And then you go in the kitchen, and every single spatula, there's 4 frying pans out for 3 pieces of ham. All the butter's left out. She's got she went through every single knife in the knife rack, and I'm like, what did you do in here? uh, 600 pounds, man. That's legitimate. How much do you weigh, Mikey? Yeah, she's a tornado cook, just like me. The only difference is I clean up as I go. So if I'm done with a knife, I'll rinse it off and put it back in the rack. She hasn't gotten that far yet. 285. Okay, right on. 600 pounds. Let's see. How long did it take me to get to 600? I want to say 6 years of solid training. And then, well, I did have that accident where I lost the use of my legs, so there was a year gone. So we'll say 5 years. But 5 years of solid training before I could hit 600 pounds. Not elite. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, okay, so there's different levels. Let me see, for 285 pounds, that's definitely a class 1 lift. How old are you? What's your age? Tell me, how is your exercise going? If you're wondering what I'm doing now, I just had surgery on my arm, so I'm doing my physical therapy routine before I start lifting. So this is just really lightweight. I'm just working the tricep out. That's all I can do. And then after that, I'll put my brace back on and I'll start doing some real lifting. Okay, so you're a submaster, 38 years old. Let me just look here. Lifting classification. If you go to Google and you type in lifter classification, and so we want power lifter classification. We're going to go with raw powerlifting and lifter classification. So it's going to bring up like a little calculator. There's a bunch of different pages, but one of them is a calculator. And it'll have you put your age, your weight, and the amount of the lift. And it'll tell you what classification it is. Male classification. This is a PDF, so it's not the calculator. But essentially, like I'll tell you, let's see, so 132, 242, 275 weight class. So you're in the 275 plus weight class. So you would need 662 to be considered an elite lift. That doesn't seem right. Oh, that's for tested. This is for natural. Men's no. I'm sorry. That's men's squat. So deadlift is 700. So you're considered so you're class 1. So that's actually competitive. So most competitive lifters, people that compete, are class 2. So it starts at class 4, 3, 2, 1, master, elite, and then international elite. You're what's considered a class 1. So a class 1 would be competitive at like any local meet. You would probably win first place. or you'd be towards the top. So I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at, especially if you have never competed before. So don't get down on yourself. No, I'm considered international elite across the board. But again, I've been competing for what, 10 years. Uh, and it took me 6 years to get to 600 pounds. So I don't know how long you've been training for, but I mean, 600 pounds is legitimate, and I wouldn't let anybody tell you differently. Uh, what is on your arm? This is a sock. I just pulled. I'm doing my physical therapy for my surgery. Are you a human? No, I'm a Marine. Max has got little turd icons. Oh, Max, I don't think you're a turd. We love you. What's up, Zane? Uh, no hope seems to come true. No path appears in sight. Death has set time. So why does sleep evade me all night? Couldn't tell you. Max is calling me an old man. I guess that's objectively true. Another 5 years, I'll be able to get my AARP subscription. Like, uh, are you a fan of Lar Janis? I'm not sure who that is. Natural. Right this minute, I am. I've been off everything for about a month now. I just got my blood work done, so depending on the results of that is going to determine my course going forward. Get there hopefully a year or less. 700's nice. I've been training powerlifting for 6 months. 6 months? Oh, get the fuck out of here! You haven't even been doing it a year. You're already hitting 600 pounds. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can see. Lighting's not that great, but I got the scars are healing really nicely. You got one here, one here. So they cut here and here, and they pulled that bicep in, and they reattached it to the radius. So now all I'm doing is I'm gonna supinate and then pronate, and I'll try to get that. Just hold it to where it's uncomfortable. So I've already got really good range of motion, and then I can almost straighten the arm out now. So I'm ahead of schedule with range of motion, but it's nothing you want to rush because you want to really make sure that heals. I just started taking peptides, BPC 157 and TB 500. So I guess that would mean I'm not natural. So even though they're not anabolic, peptides are still banned by WADA, if I'm not mistaken. When can you start lifting with the arm again? I'm going to say probably about 6 weeks. They'll have me do lightweight. So as you can see, this is a resistance band. I can put as much pressure as I want on the tricep, but I'm just doing really light because you don't want to snap back. I can't put any pressure on the bicep going up. I have to do that by hand. I have to do that manually. So if I press away, the band brings my arm back up for me. Yeah, where's my peptides? They're in the fridge, sweetheart. Is your arm still hurting? Not really. It hurts like if I take it to right about there. As long as I keep it in the sling, it doesn't really hurt at all. My only problem is I keep wanting to do things with my right arm, and sometimes I'll reach for something when I shouldn't, and that'll hurt. So it's just, it's you're 50 years of doing the same movement over and over again. It's hard to get the brain to. I have to be really thoughtful. Redback, where are you going? I don't know, man. Soul Faction, how do you feel about someone who drinks a whole Monster and has a pre-workout and creating all the same time and extra caffeine? Well, I don't know. I would think that's going to be rough on your kidneys after a while. Poor man's gym. What's up, man? How can you rub one out in the porta potty like a real Marine? What do you mean, how? I could tell you about 15 different ways off the top of my head, and only 10 of them require the use of arms. World's strongest Marine. Guess you haven't met me yet. Blue bubble with a face not in a picture. You're exactly right. I haven't met you yet. Mm-mm-mm. How do you feel about ramen noodles and weed for pre-workout? Ramen noodles are awesome. Well, isn't that all Cali Muscle ever? Isn't that how he got all his gains? Ramen noodles. Let's see. I messed my arm up multiple times. You have to remember to do your stretches, man. Oh, glad you're here. Thanks. Ian Awesome Cummins. Do you remember me? Yes, sir. Poor man's gym. Pulled 405 for 24 reps last night on a trap bar. Damn. That's a workout. Here comes the trolls. Yeah, right. Backyard, how are you? I'm all right, man. I have spicy ramen for breakfast. I love ramen noodles. Uh, a little late on advice, Tim. I know. I love how like you could be you could do something at a high competitive level for 10 years and you make one mistake and everybody thinks that you've never lifted before. Sometimes accidents just happen. It doesn't matter how careful you are. All right, so got that out of the way. I'm sure I'll get hurt again. This isn't the first time. Probably won't be the last time. But we do try to mitigate risk as much as possible. You know, what's funny is like I have a really comprehensive stretching routine, and it's way more than the average person does. And I still got hurt because stretching really has nothing to do with your bicep being shock loaded by 640 pounds. You can stretch your arms all you want, but if you curl your arms when you're deadlifting, you're going to sever that tendon. So really, the problem was that I picked up the bad habit while I was training alone of curling the bar a little bit, and I don't know where I picked that up, but I never used to do that. But it really had nothing to do with stretching. I can outlift you. Awesome. Good for you, Jocelyn. A lot of people can outlift me. Are you a wrestler or a bodybuilder? Neither. Ramen is great if you have the allergies. The spicy ones clear. Oh yeah, hell yeah, man. They definitely clear your sinuses out. What did you eat for lunch? Nothing. What do you normally eat? Whatever I want. Jocelyn, I'd love you to outlift me. Costa Cox. Nice. Good Lord, I wouldn't need an engine crane with you around. I use a shop crane. Heterosexual or homosexual? I don't know what your preference is, Andy, but I'm married. Sorry, buddy. I'm talking about stretches after the injury. Yeah. Packing loud gaming. Let's see here. Yeah, if your tendons aren't strong enough, no stretching will save you. I keep my weight a bit lower to save my life. Well, you're not wrong. Let's see. I've had this one. I blew my shoulder out. I lost the use of my leg. Fucked my back up. So I've had it. Over the years, I've had a couple of good ones. The back was kind of a pre-existing condition, though, so that's one that's like, whether I train or not, I'll have those problems the rest of my life. What happened to your arm? I don't know. It looks fine to me. It's a huge part of recovery. I know I'm speaking shit, you know, but it's just good to hear. We tend to forget after we injure ourselves to the PT. I'm actually really big on physical therapy, and I'm actually thinking about once I'm done with powerlifting, I'm gonna switch my content to. I'm gonna dedicate it to physical therapy. I'm also thinking about going back to school. Dog hair all over my knees. Yeah, same arm. I think the first time was from weed whacking for too long with no break. You know what's funny is ever since I started training Muay Thai and boxing, my doctor was saying that a contributing factor could have been like the extra load from hitting the heavy bag. What's up, Derek? Going back to school for what? Physical therapy. What's an idea I was tossing up, anyways? Is it gonna happen? I don't know. This is the hard part, is getting these on with. Yeah, like I don't think I would go back to school to get like a nursing level degree, but like a physical therapy assistant, like continuing education, just to build my knowledge up. Because I have an entire playlist dedicated to physical therapy, and it's basically all of my injuries over the last 5 years, 4 years, and how I rehabbed them. God, summertime's here. I can tell just the tiniest little bit of sweat, and these are things that are almost impossible to put on. We got Peter. I'm gonna call you Pete. What's up, man? That's been alright. I don't need school to get a PhD. uh, well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to do commercial construction for the rest of my life, God damn it. I'm bleeding. I still would like to open up my own gym. We got AMP Auto. I accidentally ran my left leg over with a John Deere Gator. Ouch! It had a bunch of rocks in the back. Whoo, damn. That sucks, man. What's your max squat? Well, before I got surgery, I was hitting like 680, and I don't know. I'm gonna do some squatting tonight. Obviously, I don't know how heavy I'll be able to go because the limiting factor is gonna be how much I can hold with this thing. But we'll see. I thought about doing some one-arm deadlifts. That would be fun. You're 15 and you have a 320-pound squat. Nice. Don, what do I think about Trump? I think he kicks ass. I think that if the media would stop fear mongering and people would just let him do what he's trying to do, I think that they'll find that his plan is actually working. What do they got? Like 75 countries came to the table uh, looking to make deals with him. And then China can't afford a trade war with us because there's like a 1 to 10 ratio of import to export. And they need us a lot more than we need them, that's for sure. But if you listen to the news, man, our country is just full of retards. We really do have some stupid people in this country. Uh, going to bed, Mikey? I always put a liquid chalk on my knee sleeves to get them on, but at the same time I clean them. Baby powder works to get the sleeves on. Why do you think he keeps pausing the tariffs? Because the tariffs were never supposed to be permanent. See, this is why the left is so stupid. They're like, first he says he's going to do tariffs, and they're like, no tariffs. And then he says, I'm going to take the tariffs away, and they're like, ha ha, you couldn't hold out. No, dumbass. It's the same thing as when you're trying to haggle with a used car salesman. You go in high and you offer, and then they come back at you with a counter offer. He said the entire time the tariffs were only a negotiating tool. So he threatened to use these tariffs, and if the countries come back and say they're going to drop theirs, he's going to drop them in turn. The reciprocal. So I don't know why people are having such a hard time with this. If they're going to negotiate, he's not going to hold the tariffs over their head. And what's he doing? He's doubling down with China, and I think China's not in a very good position. It'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out, but the bottom line is it's just like anything else. You got to give it time. So they were clamoring about how the stock market was tanking the other day, and it's like ruining all the boomers' 401k assets, all their investments. And then 2 days later, it bounces back. It's like, yeah, if you're playing the short term game, if you're playing the short game with stocks, and you get, give the guy give it a few months. It's like we're undoing how many years of this shit. The last 4 years, I can tell you right now, when I purchased my house in 2019, I had more money than I've ever had in my entire life. And then the next year, when the Democrats took office, I had the least amount of money I've ever had. We lost our second income. I lost all of my savings. I lost everything that I had saved up due to the COVID lockdowns. And then the reason why the stock market never took a hit is because every time that there was a threat of a recession, what did the Democrats do? They printed trillions of dollars and pumped it into the markets. So they artificially inflated the market. Well, essentially, some president has to eventually deal with all this shit, but nobody ever wants to, so they keep kicking the can down the road. Why? Because the short-term hit they're going to take, everyone's going to hold over their head, just like they're doing with Trump. Is it a guarantee that the plan's going to work? No, nothing's a guarantee, but it's like you got to give the fucking guy time. How long has he been in office? Like, has it even been 3 months yet? like Jesus Christ. Like, when do you stop juicing? As soon as your mom stops lactating. That's der Schwarzerlifter. No, I'm just kidding. When did you stop juicing? When I was getting ready for surgery. I came off about a week before. So, and I'm not saying I'm going to permanently stop either. I just got my blood work done. As soon as I get the results from that, I'll decide what I'm going to do, which direction I'm going to go in. I didn't mind paying taxes when I worked. I definitely wondered why I kept getting blamed by Kevin for issues. It seems well targeted, doesn't it? Good mama joke there. So now what would happen, Stephen? Like, look, this is what I always say. Like, I'm not a Trump supporter. I voted for him. I don't support any president. I'm not against any president either. I tend to lean conservative for most things, but I'm also pretty socially liberal. If a guy does something good, I'm going to support him. If a guy does something bad, I'm going to say I'm against it. As everybody should. So far, most of the things I think Don's done a pretty good job. Now it just so happens that one of my friends, a Marine, it was a firefighter and he got laid off. So I got to talk to somebody firsthand who was affected by that firefighter stuff that you brought up, and when I got his perspective on it, I was like, well, that's interesting. So whenever they're making omelets, they definitely break some eggs for sure. But again, uh, I get the bottom line is like somebody they're going to keep kicking this can down the road, and some administration is eventually going to have to deal with it, whether it's by choice, which is what Trump's doing, or by force when the economy fails, because you can't just keep pumping money into the system and expect it to go on for years. Now, we raised an entire generation of people who think that we can just keep printing money and we don't have to put anything into the system for that dollar to have any value. I don't know. I'm finally glad because I have kids that are young, and for the first time in my life, I see somebody who's actually trying to fix the system, and maybe they could be the first generation since we were kids that's going to have it better than we had it when we grew up, you know? So for a while there, the American dream was gone. You know, the generation that came after mine was the first one that didn't have it as good as the generation before. You could say arguably my generation was the first one. Well, maybe now they'll have a chance. I don't know, but it's like I'm willing to take a short-term hit to my, you know, we'll call it speculation, or what's the term they use? Uh, Capital gains. I'm willing to take a short-term hit to my capital gains prospects for the chance that it's going to shake out to be better for everybody. Now, imagine if he actually eliminates the income tax. Like, imagine that. That for years, as a libertarian, as a anarchist, as somebody who's been pretty much against government my entire life, I've been saying since the day I started paying taxes that I should not have to owe you money because I decided to go to work. How the fuck do they take money away from me because I went to work, and if I don't pay that money, I could go to jail? And meanwhile, my sister, who's never contributed anything to the system a day in her life, gets to live off the government without even being expected to try. That always just kind of made me scratch my head. I'm like, hi, something's not fair here. Like, I have no problem with the government taking care of people that can't take care of themselves. Like I said, I mean, like, I'm not a total, like, I don't mind paying to help people out. But income tax, I've always wondered, like, why the fuck am I paying you money because I decided to go to work? And even the thought that they could use these tariffs to get rid of income tax, man, it'd be the dream come true. But, Stephen, this is what I'll say. We'll see. I'm optimistic. I really am optimistic about the way things are going to turn out. What I'm actually thinking about doing, I was talking to my wife about this, now that the market's tanking, this is a really good time to buy in. We take a couple grand, buy into the market, and diversify a little bit, and just sit on it. It happened when I bought IBM stocks back in the day, and I wish I would have never sold them. There was a couple of different stocks that I bought when they were super low, and I with $1,000, I made 25 grand on MGM. MGM tanked, and I bought a whole bunch of shares of MGM. And then when it came back, I wish I'd have never sold those. Well, actually, I'm glad I did. They'd be pretty much worthless now. But no, when the market's low, this is like the first time in our lifetime, that the younger generations actually have a point where they can buy into the market, because there's never been a low point that's where they've been able to. Because the older generations have been artificially inflating the markets. They've basically been stealing generational wealth away from the newer generations. And they're hoarding it to themselves. These boomers and these fucking greedy Gen X motherfuckers. They're sucking up all the milk and cookies, and none of the younger generations can afford to buy into the market. So it's like, well, now's your chance. Take a couple grand, buy some stocks that are at an all-time low, and just sit on them. What is there to lose, Do you think Trump will reward the taxpayers' money with all the saved he made with Doge with a stimulus check? I do. I don't know what that's going to look like. my portfolio has been decimated. Yeah, but are you just going to XRP? Are you just going to sit on it? Because it's going to come back. You have to, I mean, if you've been doing this for any amount of time, you know it's going to come back. My gym definitely has an old school vibe to it, that's for sure. Tim, oh, thinking, am I timed out? Not that I know of. Invest in Tesla. Yeah, I really want to, but that's the one that's the one company that kind of worries me. uh, no, I have a feeling all of it's going to come back. It just might take a while. I think I'm timed out here. Hold on for a second. What stock would you buy right now? I don't know. There's no one stock that I would want to put all my eggs in one basket in. I'd want to like kind of spread it around a little. So I'm thinking about doing one-arm deadlifts. Bam. What do you think? John Cena. Oh, John's bigger than I am. Gen X Poofy. What's up, Lewis? You still sell bottle farts for $3.50 a pop? No, I'll send you some for free, brother. I got plenty of gas to spare. Do you want the pictures of my butthole like you got the last time? Do this, I'm injuring myself. Let's get physical. This is safe. Yeah, what are you guys cooking in there? Something smells really good. Ooh, get some chicken going. It looks like you can paint. I can paint like a motherfucker.
Chicken and rice.
Well, that smells delicious. What's up, Mike? Firstly Wild in the house. Jerky injury. That's right. You started to walk like a robot cop. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. Alright, let me see. How are we going to do this here? It's kind of big. I don't know if I can do this. Nah, fuck it. You know, only one way to know. Use your hook grip. It's definitely heavy and awkward. Bjorn, what's up, man? Should I cut to 250? Currently at 6'7", 270, around 12% body fat. You know why I didn't take the reason why I didn't take that seriously? Because if you're 12% body fat, what is there to cut? What are you gonna do? Amputate something? You cut one of your arms off. You'll be right there in a minute. uh, how long until it's healed? Fully 6 months. That's a projected timeline. It could be a little bit sooner. It could be a little bit longer, depending. So you know what? I wonder if I can row this. Weights are kind of big. It makes it hard to get good range of motion with them. Well, it's like, okay, if you're 12% body fat, what is there to fucking cut to without losing a shit ton of muscle? Yeah, that'll screw your floor up for sure. What type of injury do you have on the left arm? Well, technically it's not an injury, it's a repair. So they reattached my distal tendon to my radius bone on my bicep. Dude's right. Yeah. Yes, I'm gonna be like one of those what do I call them, fiddler crabs with the one giant claw and the one little one. What last Eric video? Please show your bicep. Which one? There we go. Quagmire build. Yeah, that's right. Giggity giggity. Oh yeah. All right. Then you're gonna keep messing it up. Stop lifting and go heal up, Kevin. No. So what are you suggesting? I should just do nothing and just until the arm heals? You never don't work legs out, get no exercise for 6 months. Like there's no doctor or physical therapist on the planet that would recommend that. Which I mean, did you watch his last video, Eric? No, I did not. Mommy gives daddy a blowy. How long have you been working out? I don't know, 11, 12 years, something like that. And this is not the first injury I've had either. Thanks, you cereal. Do lower body. All right, thank you. I appreciate your opinion, Kevin. He does have a cute laugh, and I'm totally into chicks. You want a hot girl? Careful with these lifts. You don't want to be doing perma robot dance. Thank you, Sus. Most people don't know shit about their body fat percentage. There was this one guy who was basically peeled, and he went on the body fat scanner, and he found out his true body fat and flipped out. Yeah, most people think they're leaner than they actually are. He's the $1 million man. He'll be fine. Actually, with the price, with inflation, that's actually not that far off, Steve. Uh, yeah, I do. I did that little body scan thing at EOS Fitness. That scale that's got the electrodes, and you put your hands on them, and you stand on the little. According to that machine, I was 11%, and I'm thinking like, yeah, I guess maybe. I was thinking I was more like 15. So Kevin, you don't really know much about physiology, do you? Your right will be stronger than the left, so you know you're going to hurt your left arm again. But do you? It's just see that doesn't even make sense. So honestly, if you knew anything about muscle memory, you would know that once your arm or whatever limb it heals, it'll even out pretty quickly. And there's no reason to lose a whole bunch of adaptation in the meantime. There's really absolutely no reason whatsoever why you shouldn't train the body parts you can train. Um, it just doesn't even make sense. Are you a pro wrestler? I don't think I'm a pro anything. Your leg last time, now your arm and my back. Don't forget my back. Well, my leg was my back. That was a nerve issue. Uh, um, if anything, so you can make an argument like, what's the difference between a regular power lifter or somebody who's consistently elite, somebody who consistently competes at worlds or nationals or is ranked at the top of his weight class year after year. And you can make the argument that the same thing that causes us to get injured is the same mindset that causes us to win championships. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, like basketball players, the guy blows his knee out. You can say, well, I'm not going to play basketball anymore. Or, but a champion's going to rehab that sucker and get back after it. Um, but, and I'm not suggesting anybody should do what I'm doing, but I would say that there's probably a peek into the mental obsession that sets me apart from everybody else in my weight class. And that's the reason why I'm consistently ranked top of the world every year. But sometimes we get injured. It happens. You can walk outside tomorrow and get hit by a fucking car checking your mailbox. I know plenty of people that are crippled and they've never lifted a day in their life. It's like it's a weird mindset to have, to think that, to plan on failing. I think that's the wrong attitude to have. But you guys do you. Don't let me tell you how to live your lives. It's true Candido and other Orlando and other parts of Florida, the number one place in the U.S. for pedestrians killed by car per capita. I would have thought it was Vegas. We get a lot of pedestrians killed every year. Do a pistol squat. How many days of training in a row and how many days off? No, I follow a schedule. It's a split. I don't really do days in a row per se. Do a pistol squat. Normally I would warm up first. Let's see if I can do one. Let's make it deeper. Kick him on the side. This leg. At least on one side it's a little bit better than the other. Some squats are easy when you can squat 3.5, 4 times your body weight. My mailbox inside my building. While you are is busted? Oh yeah, of course. Thanks, Zyro. You wouldn't be injured if you had the mobility to do a pistol squat, warm up or not. Uh, Blow me? See you doing, Jordan. You asked me to do a pistol squat, and I just did them. Like, fuck off. You can take your sanctimony and jam it up your ass. You must be one of them liberal types when you try to call someone out. They do what you say, and then you add conditions to it. You move the goalposts, right? So it'll never be good enough for you. The bottom line is, I don't know you, and I don't know you shit. So you can blow me while I'm on the toilet. You know, actually, I don't really care if you can do them or not, to be honest with you. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold on to this. That's a lot of weight for one hand. Center of gravity. Everyone can be more mobile and not everything's an attack. You told me to do a pistol squat. I said I wasn't sure if I could do them without warming up the knees. I'm 50. Sorry. And then I busted out a set on each side like they were nothing. And then that wasn't good enough for you because maybe, I guess my depth wasn't far enough. And then you're just talking shit. Go away. Piss off. I don't even know what point you were trying to make. I'm just here having fun. Like, this is a stupid exercise with no purpose. I just want to see if I can do it. I don't even know if my grip strength is strong enough to hold this. Damn. Nope, a little too heavy. Give it another try here in a few seconds. Well, it's like, I know like 1 out of like 40 dudes can do pistol squats, and I just did a set on each leg. And I weigh 220 pounds. And they weren't good enough for him. Like, yeah, that pissed me off a little bit. Actually, now that I'm warmed up, let's see if I can get deeper. Ooh, you got. Ooh. Can't do the Russian ones. I'm not good enough for that yet. I'll have to practice those. What's wrong with my arm? Nothing. Why? Seems fine. Is there a point where doing this isn't good for your heart? Do you know how exercise works, Ashley? When I get older, I'm definitely hopping on TRT. Any downsides you've noticed? No. As long as you do what the doctor prescribes. Now I've done a couple cycles and I've had some side effects from that, but as long as I stay with doctor prescribed stuff, I haven't had any issues. Well, I'm trying to mess with them back, Mario. Did they make you do 3 to a pisser in basic? 3 to, oh. And we had the big troughs, like the look like a cattle feeder. Strain isn't the same as exercise. I think you might be overthinking it a little bit. You have the right to be pissed off. I would literally do way worse, and I have someone told me that. I'm gonna convince my dad to get on TRT. Yeah, definitely get his blood work done for sure. I mean, it'll increase the quality of my life, definitely. Damn, his eyes have that steroid look. You guys are awesome. Dog lover and gorilla tag player. I'm gay. Of course you are. You didn't have to tell us. We already knew. Kevin, your breathing is great. Loading the bar doesn't get you out of breath. My cardio sucks ass right now. Why does every stream have these people who need to say gay stuff? I don't know, man. It's a YouTube thing. I guess I don't have any mods in here, so I guess I'll time them out. How long have you been live? Let me see. Almost an hour. Shit. So I'm going to try something here. Rig something up. I wanted to be able to do deadlifts. I might have to adjust this thing here. Yeah, this might work. So basically I took a piece of rope, tied it to where about a deadlift would start, put a pool noodle around it and then taped it to make like kind of a yoke for my neck. And I'm going to try to do deadlifts using the cable machine. My PR for deadlift, the most I've done ever, I did 720 for double on the trap bar, and then I think I did 685 on the deadlift bar. And then the most I have in competition is 670. That was last year or the year before? No, last year. Yeah, last year I had that 670 pound deadlift. Yeah, you like it. So you guys, so you see the concept here. I got rope, cable, and then deadlift. Sorta. Oh, thanks, Zyro. Appreciate it. Hey, if you guys like how goofy this nonsense is, hit that subscribe button. Keep coming back. It just gets dumber, believe me. It gets really stupid around here. One hand pull-ups. I'm working on that, Seth. So I've been practicing off camera. Give me 4 weeks, and I bet you I could do a one-arm deadlift. I'm not there yet, though. I got grip is the limiting factor. Let's see. I'm working on it though, so I've been doing negatives. I'm getting a little farther each day. 220 pounds. Give me 4 weeks. I'll do a one-arm deadlift. I guarantee it. A one-arm pull-up, I mean. Not quite there yet. And that was without my thumb. That was all fingers because I can't wrap my thumb around it. Do you take tea? Yes. Hell yeah, man. I'm 50 years old. What do you think? See if my contraption works here. Actually, it needs to be a little bit shorter, right about here. Man, my swamp cooler went out. It was hot as fuck in this garage. Whew. Duke Nukem, fuck yeah. That's right, baby. My mom stopped working out for 6 months. When you do that, the body loses the need to adapt. It burns all your muscle away. It comes back pretty quick though. So Christina's a good example. She had hip surgery, so she really couldn't do anything. And I guarantee you when she starts training again, she's gonna get shredded. What's up, baby?
You want to try it?
Just talking about you.
Oh, you were? I was cooking.
That's good. What'd you flavor it with? Swamp cooler. So that's an evaporative cooler. Actually, they don't work very well in Florida. So you live in an area with high humidity, evaporative coolers don't work that well, but they're awesome in the desert. What's for dinner? Chicken and rice. But it's what she flavored the chicken with. That's really good. Turd burglar. That's all we had in Arizona growing up. Yeah. Yeah. Iceman died. I heard somebody say the Iceman passed away, and they're like, I didn't even know Chuck Liddell flew airplanes. You're just eating dinner. It's 10 p.m. here. It's 8 o'clock here. Oh, it's only Thursday. I gotta work tomorrow. Man. That's what black dudes wear. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Cocaine flavor. Oh, I wish, man. It's been many, many years. The good old days. 11:13. So you're over on the East Coast? Yeah, it's 8:14 here, Pacific Standard Time. We got California into Nevada, and then Utah's starts Mountain Time, which goes about to where the Mississippi is, Illinois, and then that's Central Time, and then they got Eastern Time. Chicken with Asian seasonings. Oh, right on. Reminiscing right there about cocaine. Yeah, hell yeah, man! It's been a long time, but I still remember. Yeah. Wish we could turn back time. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I don't do that stuff anymore, but that doesn't mean we didn't have some fun back in the day. You know what I mean? Where's mommy? She's inside cooking dinner. What do you consider yourself a gooner? I'm not sure what that means, but sure, why not? Accept Jesus. You're awfully presumptuous. Yeah, right. Sick cutoff. Thank you, brother. All right, let me look up what's a gooner. What is a gooner? Prolonged edging session. All right, so what the fuck is edging? Is this just like is this new terms for masturbation? I have a wife. She lets me sometimes put like I don't need to do that. That doesn't mean I don't though. So let's see here. Gooner slang viral. Different things depending on your location. In the UK, it refers to football. After this, get a secret gooner. Comments under this post. I'm gonna have to do some research. It's pretty naughty meaning in America. Prolonged edging. So okay, what the fuck does that mean? We used to just call it whacking off. I don't know what they're calling it now. I don't know. You guys are weird, man. You're in the right place, though. You pierce your ears yourself. Originally, yeah. Don't spill your seed over the screen. That decreases testosterone. Uh, just, uh, just take testosterone. You don't have to worry about it. We love America. Stanky the cat. Thank you, brother. Jerking my gherkin. Edging is going until you almost. Who's got time for that? All right, interesting. I learn something new every day. Oh man, let's see if my knot tying is on par with what it used to be in the military. Oh shit, I don't think my neck's strong enough for this. Whew, that's awfully uncomfortable. This content is gold. You ever do that, but face the other way and try beating off? He can't lift it with one arm. What happened to your arm? I had surgery on my bicep. Yeah. I don't know. I can't say I'm really enjoying this conversation much. You know, I gotta be honest with you. I'm kind of over it. Like, I don't know. This is like the kind of stuff that we used to consider like an edgy conversation when I was like 14. And then I'm 50. It's just like, are you guys like, are you special? Like retarded? Sub IQ 90? Like, do we have learning disabilities? Or are you just guys just really young? You know what I mean? Like, it's not, I don't know. It's not even it's not offensive. It's just like stupid. You know? You're talking about masturbating. Like, it's, okay. Yeah, I don't even know how that's like funny past like one or two comments, unless you're 12. I don't know what to say. Like, you like to beat off? Okay, great. You're a male. Like, and this is news. There you go. All right. Thank you. Got some mods in here, finally. Can you talk about JP and UFO militaries? I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, so far so good. I just got the surgery done, so I'm 3 weeks out from it. What's up, Richard? Gen X crew. I like the sound of that. I'm gonna be making a team here, and I'll be registering it with the IPL. Anybody can join. And then if you ever compete at like nationals or worlds, you can register a team name. What's up, sweetheart?
Hi.
What's up?
I just say hi.
Okay.
You're nice and sweaty, Dad.
Yes, I am.
Have you noticed all the people getting blocked?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of them.
How long do you have to wear this for? Probably about
Phone's going off, Donna.
4 to 6 weeks. Yeah, I guess I already did my physical therapy. I don't really want to keep taking this thing on and off, but I guess I can show you. There's really not much to see. Thank you, SDL. Appreciate that. Middle East Beast. What's up, man? Where have you been? Do I know anyone who's stationed at Area 51? No, I don't know anyone that's stationed there, but I know plenty of people that work there. Mostly truck drivers. I don't know if you can really see it, the lighting. But you got there's the one stitch here and then one here. And you can kind of see the atrophy from one arm to the next. So it's gonna take over. See, look how tiny that is. Yeah. That's when it hurts. Is when it's out of the sling. This thing protects it pretty good. It's keeps me from accidentally supinating. Why did you have to get the surgery? Because my bicep tendon completely stripped off of the bone, and the only way to fix it is to reattach it. Area 51 is literally just a military training ground. There's nothing special there. I don't know. I'm not really too much into the whole Area 51 thing. Live in Nevada, so it's kind of like one of those things where you hear both sides, and I've been here for so long, it's like kind of. If anything, the Nevada test site that's interesting. What's my max deadlift right now? I couldn't tell you. You should try Cobra Snake's oil. Helps heal faster. I'm doing peptides. I just started them. Where did you go, Middle East? You just need one set to grow. Yeah, pretty much. What did I say? Bo Jiden. Thanks, brother. Bo Jiden. All right. Hey, John. See, I did. See, I got it on this side. Can you do the other side for me? Just wipe on the shoulder. Like get it all over. Wipe it down. Harder. Like, take it in.
Why is it so hard?
All the way across. The line. The barbell's gonna sit across.
There you go. You're welcome. Bye.
See you later.
I love you.
I love you too, sweetie. Damn, you guys are deleting a bunch of comments. Everything all right? Back to India, home, just let myself last Friday. Nice. Let's see, I'm him 123. What's up, man? Why are people's comments being deleted that don't need to be? Yeah, I don't know. I just noticed that a lot of comments are being deleted. What's going on with that? I could bench press you in your whole garage, including a little dummy bells. Cool, man. Fade Clementine. Shit. It's gonna slide off my back. I wonder if I could put some tape in the middle of that thing. Fart is coming. Yeah, we think of some weird trends, man. Patrols pretending to be fellow Indians. They do it to mess with me. Oh, okay. Well, I trust you, brother. Oh, thanks, what is it, Fader? Fade Clementine. I just got back to the gym. Just tore my Achilles. Holy shit. Yeah, I don't know how heavy I'm going to be able to go because the problem is I can't put any pressure on that bar with this arm. So if it starts sliding down my back, that could really injure me. So let me see here. Do I have any tape? See if this works. If that doesn't work, I have some cloth tape I can put around it. Lift heavy, stay sweaty. Hell yeah. Let's see if this works a little better. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. That'll grab right on the traps. Hell yeah, we're back in business, people. God damn it, I did it again. Fuck yeah, baby. I just hit the gym off a 2-week break today. Nice. You felt weak after 2 weeks? Usually I feel stronger at about 2 weeks. Work in college been keeping me busy. Hey man, at least you're doing what you can to try to get after it. You know, I try to do whenever I get super busy, I try to follow a simple rule of never missing more than 3 days in a row. Because if you can do that at a minimum, you can keep a pretty decent schedule. And then you might maybe consider switching to like full body workouts. Or if you can do 3 days a week, you can do an upper body split with 1 full day. That's not a bad one to go with. You just broke your shoulder. Ouch. My school's a gym. I hit 235 for 3 reps. The way I look at it, Tyler, there's no good or bad. It's, are you stronger than you were yesterday? You know what I mean? So if like somebody's new to working out, so it's going to be different for everybody. I know guys that are, I know more than one lifter who in their first month of training were able to bench 315 pounds. I was not that guy. It took me 3-4 years to hit 3 plates. So it's not about what's good or what's bad. It's, are you making progress? You know what I mean? We don't want to get caught up in like, I would say a real simple kind of, it's not a perfect formula, but a good number for guys to shoot for is to be able to squat and deadlift 2 times their body weight and to be able to bench about 1.5 times their body weight. If you can do that, you're legitimately strong. And I think that's obtainable for everybody. I start school at 8 a.m. until 3:45, then go straight to work till 11. Man, you're after it, huh? Yeah, dude. I mean, there was times that I really like one set to failure whenever you are limited in time. You know, instead of doing like 5 sets of 5 or 3x3 or whatever, you rotate your percentage of your 1 rep max and hit 1 set to failure. And if you can manage to do that after a few warm-up sets, you can, and you try to follow the principles of progressive overload, you could still make progress even if you're only training a day or 2 a week. It takes, I mean, but the thing is whatever days you do work out, you got to really bring the intensity, you know what I mean? What did you do to break it? Well, breaking is not really the accurate term. It's more of a tear. I tore my bicep deadlifting. I forgot to say I was doing deadlift 235 for 3 reps. Nice. I was working on my opener for competition, and I hit 635. Right as I was walking it out, my bicep tore off the bone. Do not forget to bring your water bottle. Got mine right here. I got coffee too. The only weights I have is a weight vest. Calisthenics is all I do. Hey man, you get in when you fit in. I mean, but that's your style of training, right, Steve? I mean, you're not interested in. I mean, if you wanted to get weights, you probably could, right? I want to buy a weight vest because we were thinking about like. I mean, that'd be perfect. I could do if I had a weight vest right now. That would, without being able to use my arms. You ever tried a banana peel? Let's see, calisthenics is full of tough crap. Calisthenics are awesome. I don't really enjoy them though. That's my issue. I don't mean, what are we asking here? Never tried banana peel. I don't get like what's. I need some context. What are we doing with the banana peel? Or is that a euphemism for something? Is that another euphemism for playing with your pee-pee or something? Give me a second. I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be honest with you, I'm not really having much fun doing this anymore. I think part of that's because of my arm. Yeah. No, I know, but it's just like putting up with this stupid conversation. Hopefully with that, whenever I use the bathroom, the trolls disappear for a little bit. They get bored and leave, you know what I mean? All right. Thank you for that. Oh, Lord have mercy. You know, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes you guys take the fun out of this. You really do. Yeah, I would say it's kind of getting irritating their fade. I haven't had to deal. I don't know. I missed you, and then you got to do this to my stream. You know what I mean? This is the hard part right here. Ooh, damn. I put a collar on. That would have been ugly. I need to clean my garage. I need any help. Any volunteers? Anyone want to come over and make a few bucks? I only got one arm, so I've just been dragging shit around, you know. I got piles of crap on each side of the camera that you can't see. And I just clear a path, you know. Well, yeah, first, yeah, I guess, I mean, I'm not trying to piss anyone off, but it's like, come on, man. Don't disparage other people's lifts. Not everybody knows you're joking, okay? Just remember that. Me, you can make fun of all you want. If I was in Vegas, I would help you out. Hell yeah, man, that'd be awesome. I introduce you to my other veteran buddies. We could all tell embellished war stories. Yeah. Let's do shoulder press with that. Yeah, one arm. Is that near max? Well, no. No, that's not even warm-up weight. The problem is I can't risk injuring this arm. So if the weight slips off my shoulders, and if I have to brace it with this, I could wind up in the hospital. So I got to be super careful. So, you know, 405 is nothing. I mean, I could probably do that for 20 reps, easy. But I got to be able to, I can't, if my traps can't hold the weight. Alan Adam, I had a bicep distal tendon reattachment. 6132 here. What's my max? For squat, probably 670, 680. I have a weak squat, chest, and arms. Everything is, hey, one day at a time, man. You know what I mean? What's the plate weight there? Those are all 45s. Yeah, my subscribers have been slowing down a lot lately. Like, admittedly, my content's kind of sucked lately because I haven't really been able to do much. Thank you. Hey, what's up? High Energy Ape, what's up, man? We got J Slice. Do you think there'd be a... Can I be a jacked runner at 200 pounds? I don't see why not. Runner? I mean, like what kind of runner? I'm not into running, so you're asking the wrong guy. I'm getting better on my bench, but my squat is very high. If you're trying to get your chest bigger, though, you got to think like stretching it out, you know. It's not necessarily like any advice to compete bodybuilding. I wish I could tell you, man. I'm not a bodybuilder. I am a power lifter. I just happen to look like this because I keep my body fat pretty low. Well, they're orange, actually. OSHA orange, to be specific. And my bench is like I painted those myself. And the reason why I did is because I have 35s and 45s that are similar in diameter. And I got sick of misloading myself. So I painted all the 45s orange. I painted the 35s green. And the 25s yellow. And I don't know why I picked those colors. I thought they looked cool. Bench is 175 for 3. I struggle with depth on squat, barely hit legs. I know I'm slacking. And arms, I'm hitting 50 pounds for 6. I mean, there's nothing, I mean, as long as you're making progress, though, you know what I mean? Like, that's the big thing. It's like, I don't really judge people by what they can lift. It's just, are you making progress? Are you doing more this week than you did last week? You know, are you getting progressive overload? Because as long as you adhere to the principles of progressive overload, you're gonna get stronger and bigger over time, as long as you're consistent. Well, as far as like advice to compete at bodybuilding, here's what I can tell you. It's pretty simple to sign up for a federation and compete at local competitions, which you can get online and look up local competitions, and they'll tell you the rules, what you have to do to enter, what you need to do to qualify. I do know that all of my friends that do bodybuilding usually get under 10% body fat, and that's tough. That's a hard thing to do. But no, I'm not a bodybuilder, so I don't really know. I don't really know what it entails. I can tell you anything you want to know about powerlifting. Hoorah! What's up, Captain Obvious? Kind of hard to make progress with my schedule. Dude, so hey, here's where I'm gonna tell you, we're not victims. We're volunteers. You know what I mean? Like when I worked at Molycorp, I worked 12-hour shifts on a mine, and I'd be gone. You know, sometimes I couldn't train for 2 weeks, and on the days I was back, I was hitting it hard. And then while I was up on the mountain, I would do things like push-ups, or I had little dumbbells, and I would do sets, you know, on my breaks and stuff like that. Like you have to find a way to get it done. It's like, you know, my dad said something to me. He says, if you want something bad enough, you'll make it happen. If you don't, you'll make an excuse. And that's generally true. I mean, it is challenging, yes, but you know what? I can get everything I need done in 15 minutes. I can get my 3 warm-up sets and my 3 working sets done in 15 minutes if I want to. So it's like, if you're telling me you don't have 15 minutes in a day, I don't know what to tell you, man. Now, not everybody has their own equipment. This is true. That could be a barrier. But you know what? I started out with a landmine. I literally had a bent barbell, a couple of plates, and I would jam that barbell in the corner of the room, and I would use it as a fulcrum, and I would do squats with it. I would do Meadows rows with it. I would do, you know, tricep presses. I would work my core with that thing. I used to curl water jugs, you know, the 8-gallon jugs. What do they weigh, like 40 pounds each? I would fill buckets of like 5-gallon buckets up with dirt and put a broomstick on like a piece of like a pipe on my back as a yoke. I used to bench press brake discs, you know, brake rotors. We used to do automotive out of my garage. I would change like struts and brakes and shit like that. And I had a pile of brake discs, and I used to use a gas pipe, and I would bench press those. Those are like 35, 40 pounds each. We just find a way to get it done. You just got to do it. I'm going to tell you, no excuses. You got my dad hat on now. I've heard a lot of excuses from you. I'm not hearing much in the ways of solutions. What you need to do is you got to change your mindset. Instead of thinking about your barriers and everything that's holding you back, you need to start thinking about what you can do to make yourself successful. You know, and even if it is body weight, even if it is just dropping down and doing a bunch of sets of push-ups on those days, you know, whatever it is, you'll get it done if it's important enough to you. And usually, what happens when people start seeing results, they get addicted to it, and then it starts to become a priority. But it's tough. I mean, working, going to school full time, and working is tough. That is difficult. Taco Bell or McDonald's? You know, I would say a guilty pleasure of mine. I really like just plain old McDonald's cheeseburgers with extra pickles and onions. You know what I mean? Just the little shitty cheeseburgers. I can't live like I used to. I have arthritis on my left shoulder. Yeah, that's tough. Arthritis is tough. That's where stretching is going to be your friend, and you might even think about like ultraviolet. What is it? The UV light therapy. I would definitely seek the massage therapist for sure. Yeah, push-ups are free. Maybe that's like you'd be a good candidate, like what Steven works out with, like maybe investing in a weight vest. Um, I don't know what your schedule looks like or in between school and what you do for work, but one thing I used to do, and I wouldn't recommend this. I used to wear ankle weights, and then like all the stairs and everything I would walk. Um, my legs got into really good shape, but the only problem with ankle weights is when you're walking around on those, it turns your knees into the fulcrum instead of your feet. So whenever you're taking a lot of steps, it puts a lot of stress on the knees. And I think that's what was the cause of my knee problems, was having those weights on my feet. But if you have the weight on your back, that's a more natural position. And you can get a really good workout from investing in a weight vest and wearing that around. I've been doing this since I was 14 years old, and I'm 63. Yeah. Okay, so well, that's some context, Arturo. So yeah, you're older, and you got a little bit of a. Yeah, that makes sense. So you probably know all that. I ain't telling you anything new. I can't stop doing push-ups. I can't still hear them screaming at me. 1, 2, 3, 1. Now, were you like us? As soon as you turn around and go the other way, we'd all just kind of like 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. uh, all right. Thank you, Fade. I appreciate that. You have a good night too, man. I know you're busy. I can't wait to see you back. You're built like a Viltrumite. I wish I had the healing factor of a Viltrumite. Did you serve? Yes. I don't know about this. Oh, you know what? I can put a little bit of all right. You are a MAGA. I was a Marine Corps, Jody. You look like you serve gay bar drinks. Uh, yeah, let your husband know. I ask him how he's doing. I haven't seen him in a while. Priscilla Crowder. That wasn't nice. No, it wasn't. People are generally not nice to me. You are MAGA. Like, okay, well, I don't understand. You are MAGA. Are you asking me if I'm MAGA, or are you telling me? Hi there. The algorithm brought me here, and I wanted to ask if I should join a fraternity or not in the fall, and wanted to get your opinion. Thanks. Are you going to university? Do you like Trump? Yes, I do. Ela will KO Islam. Trust me. Ela will KO Islam. Trust me. Ela. Elbow. I can't keep up with this chat. Like, what are we doing here? Oh, you're asking me though. This is I had bicep surgery. Yes, I am a veteran. Ela's a UFC fighter. Oh, yeah. Okay. Actually, I haven't really been keeping up with the UFC lately. It's kind of gotten boring to me. I don't know, man. It's just gotten. John McPhee. I met him, the sheriff of Baghdad. Boring without Bones Jones. Yeah, he's not here in Vegas getting arrested every night. Thank you for your service. Thank you. I appreciate that. Good old Jones, man. But I mean, I don't know. I really like. I like. yeah, just really not, I don't know. It's just like lately it's just kind of been Volunteered at the VA and I saw a World War II veteran, a Korean War veteran. Guess who cried more? Korean. I'm gonna guess the World War II veteran. Every Korean veteran I've ever met, those guys are pretty hardcore. Uh, John McPhee, ex-Navy SEAL. Yeah, he's on YouTube enough. So the Korean War veteran cried more. Most of his comrades died. Now, that's a bummer. I mean, I don't know. I'm at the VA so much. I should like get a trailer and park it in the parking lot. Did you tear your distal bicep? Yes. Bill, yes. Yep, sure did. Right off the bone. My grandfather fought in Korea and Vietnam. Was he a jarhead? I don't, I would say if I had to, I mean, I love all of my veteran buddies, but if I had to pick like my least favorite, it would be the Vietnam era veterans. They tend to be the most entitled bunch of whiny bitches I've ever met. But a lot of those guys too weren't, they were drafted. So I guess you can make the argument that, they didn't have the same choices that we had. He was in the Army, 82nd. Nice. Right on. I know a couple of ROC Marines, Koreans. Those guys are pretty cool. They qualify for VA treatment, so they're at the VA. All right, I guess I should try to squat this. Now, sliding off my back. It's so sweaty in here. Damn. I shouldn't be this out of breath. I need to start doing cardio again. How long does a brace stay on? 6 weeks. Are you on any compounds? Not currently. Do you know T1 Faker? No. Thanks, Jacob. Copy. Paste. Oh yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen, that's right. So Goju Satoru. It's actually Satoru Goju though. Jacob Brenneman, thank you for your service. I appreciate it. Thanks, Freddie. Sorry I'm out of breath. I shouldn't be with just 405 pounds on the bar. Yeah, it's 12 reps. So I have gotten weaker, just so you guys know. Like I should be able to hit that for 20. And I did it for 12. I probably could have got 2 more reps out of it, but I didn't want to risk grinding any out in case, because I don't want to risk injuring my arm. So I've lost about 5 reps on my. That's okay though. You know, really what we're trying to do is maintain strength. You know, we're going to lose strength. I'm recovering from bicep surgery. But if I can keep fit enough where I don't lose too much, then when I make my comeback, you know what I mean? You know, you say thank you for protecting me and my family's freedom. I appreciate that, but the truth is, you know, I was a homeless kid and I got sick of living on the streets. And when I picked the Marines, it's because they had the coolest uniforms. When I was at the Marine Corps recruiting center, the gunny that was doing recruiting, he put in Heartbreak Ridge with Clint Eastwood, and we watched that, me and a bunch of other poolies, whatever you call them. And I was sold, man. I was like, Jones, you ever say anything like that? The only thing that's going to beat you to the hospital, the headlights of the ambulance you're on. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But, no, I mean, I really had it. I'm definitely glad I did it for sure. I think everybody should do a couple years in the service, you know? I think it does everybody a bit of good. It definitely, it didn't teach me everything I needed to know how to be an adult, but it definitely corrected a bunch of deficiencies I had. Give me a minute here. And do I put a little more weight on there? Or do I just do another set? I think I'll go up to 495. Yeah. All right. What are we at here? I've been on for 2 hours. Yeah, I just hit 405 for 12. Brian. Here's what I'm scared though. So like, I can't put any pressure on this arm, so I'm kind of holding the bar right. If that slips off my back and I have to catch it, that could really screw me up. So that's my only concern about doing this. I tried to enlist, but I had a heart murmur and asthma. Yeah, that's a bummer, man. You know, the way I look at it, we all have our path in life, you know. Some of us went to university, some of us went right into the trades, some of us were entrepreneurs, some of us served our country. It's like, the way I look at it, you got your guns pointed in the same direction as mine, we're buddies, you know what I mean? I don't look down on people that didn't serve, and just like, you know, I would hope, you know, I got a lot of people that went to school first and they got their degrees and they look down on us as like we're idiots and we couldn't hack it. You know, I just didn't have mommy and daddy to pay my way through life and had to do things the hard way, you know what I mean? That seemed to me like the easiest way to get through it. But I never was much of a school guy, to be honest with you. I did wind up going back to school after I got out and I was working professionally as a union steel worker, and I wanted to get into engineering. And I think that's a good path for people that aren't really good at school, but if you go back and you know exactly what you want to learn and you have a purpose for being there. I did really good when I went back to the university on my own terms. I had a 3.8 GPA, you know, and I was the kid that failed. I barely made it through high school because of absenteeism. I was never there. Got an 85 on your ASVAB, nice. Dude built like lunch lady. Sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe. Navy beans, navy beans. Not many like me on YouTube. You know what I noticed? I notice a lot of fitness channels. They take themselves so damn seriously. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't saving the world here. I'm just a dumbass lifting weights in his garage. Yeah, Chris Farley. I'm glad somebody got that reference. It's like, lighten up. And then I noticed a lot of guys, they also get really mad at the troll comments. Like, they get really legitimately mad. And that's not to say I haven't never gotten upset. Every once in a while I do. There's just certain comments that just sort of irk you, especially after a long day. But for the most part, it's like, what? We're just laughing and having fun. You know, we're all talking shit and having a good time, right? Lunch lady. Hell yeah. Ronald Borkham. So I call you Geese88. Savage boy. Can I start doing gym? I'm going to say that with an accent. Can I start doing gym? I am #1 Belarus hooker. Last year I won first place. A hammer toss. I'm 17. Yeah, don't wait for me. Don't let me hold you back. Hell yeah, we got Gold Digger, Semper Fi. Hoorah. 0311, nice. Infantry. I was an 0844. Field Artillery Fire Direction Controlman, or in other words, a POG. And proud of it. I'm sure he eats a lot of ladies for lunch. Back in the day, I used to enjoy a nice tuna salad. Yeah. I like to call I'm infantry tech support. Thank you for calling artillery. How may I take your call? Would that be point delay or airburst, sir? Same as one of my uncles. Cool stuff. Have you seen the South Park episode where Macho Man? Hell yeah, it's one of my favorite episodes. Strong woman. Oh yeah. Only Pogues wear gloves. But what? But Is the hog ripped as well? Have you seen that one video where that one video does luck is for dudes. Luck is for dudes. No, that was a great South Park. Strong woman. I'm apprehensive about doing this set, babe. I don't know. Like, the weight's not the problem. Just, I don't know if I want to risk her fucking my arm up. I mean, so far I haven't really had to use. Can you show the shaft really quick? Well, if I start seeing them dollar signs go up and down the screen, well, maybe we could talk about it. You natty. Yeah, sure. I'm about as natural as a Nature Valley granola bar. You got a wife, no need for a strong wrist anymore. Yeah, you know, sometimes she's just, you know, What's wrong with the tuna salad now? No, you're a sushi grade albacore. How about the one ball? Don't matter which one. Yeah. Here we go. It's round. Which round is this? Oh, this is where I go for a bathroom break and then they all disappear. How long have I been on? 2 hours and 8 minutes. All right. I'll be right back. I'm going to use the tinkle and then I'm going to hit this. I don't know. I wish I could say something back to him. I want to acknowledge him, I just don't know how to read the language. You know, I'm not trying to ignore anybody on purpose. All right. There's my belt. Belt. Where are you at? Let me get this damn thing on. It's kind of fucking pointless. I can't get the belt on. Come on, you piece of shit. There we go. Don't risk it. Do your norm. Well, that's the thing. It's not that heavy. It's just. All right, so should I? You know what? Let me just get it on my back and see how it feels. No. I don't know. It's a lot of pressure. I don't think I'm going to risk it. Well, let's have some fun. Yeah, I did 405 for 12. That's not bad. Do some pistol squats here. I'll have to work on those. What did you do to my arm? I sheared my bicep off doing deadlifts. I'm gonna try it with weights here in a second, TJ, but I'm gonna do it with a little bit of an elevated platform, just to give myself a little extra balance. Joe Mamas, that's a great name. Yeah, what's up? Zyro. Hey babe, if you're watching this, can you grab Zyro's chicken? What kind of sleeves are those? These aren't torn. These are SBDs, brother. We're good to go. I've had these a testament to this brand. They're inside out right now. That's why they, these are 12 years old. That's how good SBDs are. But I don't wear these in competition anymore. I have better ones. Mary Jane, hell yeah. How much do you bench? Right now, nothing. Oh, that's what I could do. Normally, right around 410, 405, somewhere there. That's what I was hitting before I busted my arm up. So I was getting ready to compete powerlifting, and I was going to hit like a 1,700 pound total for 220 weight class, 50 years and older, which would have put me solid at #1 in the world. I don't have a rank for 2025 yet because I haven't competed. Last year I finished second in the world. This guy gets you in the headlock. Say goodnight. I do. I practice Muay Thai. I'm not too bad. I can kick really hard. Do you ever get fat? Do you ever get fat? I've been competing at this weight for so long that I've got my diet pretty much dialed in. But there was a couple times when my wife got pregnant with my daughter, I got up to 240 pounds. And then before I started training, I was up to 250, and it wasn't good. It was all fat. So yeah, but normally I'm pretty dialed in. Like it's easy for me to maintain this weight. So it's well, yeah. Let me see if I can get him back here. Thank you, Vish Shwaroop Sharma. Joe Mamas, that's a great name. Some of these names, I don't know how to pronounce these phonetically. So I hope you don't think I'm ignoring you. I'm 50 years old. Let's see if I can do this. that's actually hard. Maybe this side.
I woke up this poor chicken for you.
Oh, you got Zyro? Show the camera. This is Zyro.
The pretty chicken of our chickens.
Put him in the light so you can see him.
Light. No running away. Chicken.
Zyro.
Pretty chicken of the chickens.
You know, like,
He's also the stupid one. Oh, okay. He's the pretty and the stupid. He's definitely a good fan.
relax, buddy.
Damn, Dad, you're sweaty. By a chicken.
I'm gonna help with my shoulder, huh?
Look at you.
There you go.
Come here, stupid. I got you wet while waking you up. No, you're mine. But this is the pretty chicken. Pretty. Yeah, the chicken does have hair. But feathered version hair. You're welcome, Dad.
Thanks, baby girl. Phew. Want to go? I got a main hook. Yeah. I know, I wish I could just paint my Warhammer figurines and watch YouTube videos and be cool. I think my next video I'm going to be doing some figurine painting. But I just can't. I can't waste away. I just can't do it. I had bicep surgery. Yeah. It's not how hard you get hit. It's how hard you can get hit and keep getting up. Keep moving forward. Other rooster got Della on her head last week. Oh yeah, King got her pretty bad. How long are you meant to be in recovery? I'll be in this thing for about 6 weeks, and about 6 months is the approximate length. That's how really it's done. Yeah, you gotta grease lightning. Get up, Rock. Get up, because Mickey loves ya. How would you like your steak? What's up, Ben? Ben and Mark. The Turo. He does a great impression of Rocky. Yeah, Paulie. Take it to the zoo, Rocky. That's where they take all the retards. Yo, Paulie, why you got me? If you incubate the eggs, they'll have bad hair days. Yeah, he's what's known as a Polish chicken. If broke benches in the gym, he would be banned because he lifts so much. I wish. Hey, yo, chicken legs, hey. Mark. On that note, fellas, it's been 2 hours and 23 minutes. I think I'm going to call it. What do you think? Do you think I need to do any more stuff here? Anything you guys want to see me do? Any other movements? I've done, let's see, 405 on squats for 12 reps. And then I did a bunch of, should I do a, you know what? Let me try that one more set of, I want to see if I can do pistol squats hopping from one leg to another. So we got the one down. Let's see. One. I want to be able to hop from one to the other. Oh, it's hard to balance. Damn it. Fuck. I'm going to have to practice that. Go. The real Mr. Neal. Try with a barbell plate on the back. Yeah, right? You just got here. What am I watching? You're watching an old man getting tired and getting ready to be done with this shit. You're the only hokey pokey. You're taking the baloney pony to Tuna Town, you kids. I defeat you in wrestling bout. I would use jello or lubrication. Yeah, I bet you would, okay. Okay's one of those guys who's like, you want to wrestle? I want to wrestle. I'm married, okay? Sorry, buddy. Not into dudes. Don't mean to break your heart, buddy. I went on my new kayak and brought back 10 fish. Nice. Are you German or Russian? Near as I can tell, I've got Irish, and I'm Germanic and like Norwegian Viking. What do they call that, sweetheart? What was that? The Viking lineage? Is it Nordic? No, what do they call the Nordic? Training. He holds world records of powerlifting. Yes, I do. Well, I have the Nevada state records in 2 weight classes across the board. I had the national records in the USPA, but those got beat. I was training to take them back. I placed silver at IPL Worlds 2 years in a row. Yeah, once I get this healed, I'm in Hall of Fame territory for sure. This guy might not make it past 50. Well, thanks, Steve. Thanks for cursing me. I hope you die. I don't know what I did to make you angry. But that gives me 10 years, so. Stephen, I hope you live a long, happy life. And I hope you have never, ever have any health problems. I wish you nothing but the best. You wouldn't be able to go 12 rounds with me. Well, Stephen, I'm not really into dudes. I am married. So, but there's this other guy that was in the chat. His name is OK. He was looking for someone to wrestle with. So maybe I can hook you two up. Are you interested? Hey, OK, I found a dude for you. His name's Stephen Holmes. He wants to wrestle with another guy. Feel free not to answer, but are you 100% natural? No, God, no. I'm in Pacific Standard Time. Subscribe more than to you, champ. Subscribed more than to you, champ. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Have you ever heard of DHEA? Yes, I have. I wonder what is it with guys that like come on YouTube and say that they'll beat me in a fight, knowing that like they're never like. I don't understand that. Like, one, what's your point? And two, would you ever come to Vegas to put your money where your mouth is? Like, I don't think so. It's like, it's weird to me. It's like strange. It makes me wonder if you're like sub 90 IQ or if you're special or maybe you're really young. Like, it's weird. It's just strange to me. Yeah, I mean, it's stupid. Like, it's not, I don't even know what it measures. Like, what is a metric of? Even if you, like, there's a lot of guys that could beat me in a fight. I train Muay Thai at a gym, and there's professional fighters in there that mop the floor with me almost on a daily basis. But I'm not sure what metric that proves. You know what I mean? Like, what's your point? I guess is what I'm trying to ask. Who did you vote for? Well, that's fucking rude. I wouldn't bet my whole bank account of 42 cents. Yeah, I like my odds. I mean, I don't really care what anybody says. Even with this on. Actually, I could use this as a weapon. Growing up, my dad would make stick a fork in a toaster. Yeah, oh, damn. That sucks. I always had girls that tell me, can I touch it? It's real. And they look at them and said, what are they talking about? Yeah, one of my cats. Which one did you see? No gypsies allowed in chat, right? Look at them go. Hey, you know what these are? These are fucking Marine Corps silkies. Why is it rude to ask who you voted for? Well, it's presumptuous, and it's also a stupid question. It's implying that there was more than one person you could vote for and not be considered either retarded or batshit insane. What's brown and sticky? I'd vote for you. Well, thank you, no name. Like, it's almost insulting that you would even have to ask that with an American flag hanging in the background. Also, it's a personal decision that others don't need to know. But back in the day, it used to be a personal thing. Like, we didn't talk about our politics. We kind of kept that. But nowadays, it's like, I don't know. It's kind of, I'm kind of glad that it is more in the open now, because for the longest time, conservatives have minded their own business. And for too long, we've let a small vocal minority think that they're the majority in this country. And we've allowed all avenues of media and all the levers of powers to become ideologically possessed by these neo-Marxist fucking communist leftist weirdos who think that, you know, men can have babies. And I'm glad we're finally speaking up for ourselves. That being said, I don't know. It's still one of those, like, because it still kind of comes off as touchy. Did you vote for the man or the lady? Again, that's a stupid fucking question. I don't really feel like I need to dignify that. Like, what? Is there anything about me that would even suggest for a second that I would vote for a Democrat, even if they were sentient and not just a sock puppet or some sort of animatronic corpse that's being paraded with strings across the board? Kamala Harris, are you kidding me? Like, oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah. Biden was funny to make fun of. I liked making fun of him, but like, no. I am vehemently anti-collectivist. So communism, socialism, any form of Marxism, pretty much any kind of collectivism, I'm very much against. It's like, your life's not my fault and my life's none of your business. That's kind of my mantra. I voted for Trump too, and I never voted Democrat. No, good Lord, no. Biden was a good president. What was he good at? Name one policy, one thing Biden did good. Name one thing. I'm waiting. I'll actually wait for this before I get offline. I want you to name one actual thing that Biden did that was good. He was nice. He had moments where he was nice. Yeah, I would agree with that. But what did he do for this country that was good? Corn Pop was awesome. That was a good story. I like his stories. I'll give you that. Story time with Uncle Sleepy. But yeah, he really was the worst president ever. I mean, they basically what they did was they kept flooding the market with money. They kept printing money to artificially inflate the market, which kicked the can down to the next administration. I don't know if he thought he would make it through and he wouldn't live to see a second term. I don't really know. But, it's funny. He talked about all those jobs he created, and most of them were government bureaucratic jobs, and the ones that Elon got rid of, like hiring 80,000 IRS agents. Like, I created 100,000 jobs. Yeah, okay. That doesn't count, fuckface. like, they printed more money in his 4 years than they did going all the way back way before they came off the gold standard. If you add up all the money they've printed since we came off the gold standard, it still doesn't equal what Biden printed out in, I would say 2023 alone. Was it like $3.2 trillion they printed and injected into the market? And they're like, see, there's no inflation. Of course. And they did that twice, and they artificially inflated the market. So now we have an entire generation of young people that think that you can just keep printing money, and that's your answer to everything. And eventually inflation's going to hit. And, of course, now that it's hitting in Trump's term, like, they're literally blaming him for it, even though he hasn't even been in office for 3 months. It's like, are you that fucking retarded? And that's the other thing that bothers me about this country, is just how fucking stupid people are. They literally will watch MSNBC or CNN and believe what they're being told. And that just bugs me. And I'll ask them, did you check any other alternative news sources? Did you do any kind of research in this? It's one thing to be wrong, but not then to be adamant about it. To be adamant about your opinion. Oh, you're so right. Oh my God. Don't get me started. Oh, Lord have mercy. He ended the pandemic. Yeah. I'm sure. What's funny is, like, when Trump came out with the vaccines, and I disagreed with that. I didn't like the fact that Trump was pushing the vaccines through, but all of them on video said, I'll never take a Donald Trump vaccine. There's no way in hell that I'm going to take that poison. And then as soon as the Democrats took office, they got the vaccines pushed through. Same vaccines. They didn't change them. They just got through to the process to where they could administrate them. Next thing you know, they're all taking them and trying to force everyone else to take them. Wait a minute. Weren't you the same assholes that said a month ago that you'll be dead before you take anything that Donald Trump pushed through? And now you're trying to force us all to take that shit? And then people are so stupid they don't remember 2 months ago when he said that shit on video, when you can go back and look at the shit. And about all that stuff he said about Ukraine, about that, what was it, the lawyer there, the DEA or the DA, the district attorney equivalent, that he said, if you don't get rid of it, we're going to withhold those billions of dollars. And he had that on video, and you could hear him say it loud and clear, and he was laughing about it. Just all this shit going back, he was been a career politician. You can literally go back and watch everything he said back into the 80s, which goes against everything he said in the current administration. But you could literally show these leftists proof. You could let them watch the video and they would still deny it. And that's how ideologically possessed and retarded they are. It just got to the point where I just couldn't do it anymore. So, oh, Lord have mercy. Plastic arm from Timu. That's awesome. Uh, what's your max bench? My max bench all time, 425 raw and then 475 with a slingshot. Uh, oh, what's the Dean? Yeah, good for you, Dean. Uh, vaccinated and boosted. Hell yeah. Hey man, they paid for all those. Somebody's gotta keep Pfizer. Uh, have you making a TRT? Have you making a TRT? I like to read sentences like that with a Borat accent. Are you making a TRT? Nice 315 raw, 345 slingshot. Dude, 315 that's a good fucking bench. All right. I gotta get off. I love you guys. I will see you all on the battlefield. That was kind of fun today. I didn't do what I wanted to do, but hey, it's better than nothing. I'll probably get online tomorrow. We'll see. Hell yeah, guys. See you on the battlefield.